America's national parks are facing another crisis, and this time it's not wildfires, not overcrowding, but politics. The federal government has officially entered a shutdown, and while officials say our parks will mostly stay open, the reality is it's complicated. We've seen it before, and it never ends cleanly. So today, let's break down what it really means when national parks operate without the funding, who gets hurt, who's at risk, and why are some people calling for a complete closure instead? When the government shuts down, the National Park Service, like every other federal agency, loses its funding. That means about 16,000 employees are furloughed. Rangers, maintenance crews, interpretive staff, gone. The parks don't just vanish. People still show up, families have road trips planned, international tourists are flying in, and gateway towns depend on the flow of visitors. To soften the blow, the administration announced it will use visitor fee revenue, the money collected from entrance fees and passes, to keep many parks open for business. But here's the catch. That only covers the bare minimum. It means bathrooms may not get cleaned, trash may not get emptied, visitor centers may be locked, and safety patrols limited at best. This isn't the first time we've dealt with a shutdown chaos. Back in 2013, the Obama administration closed parks completely. Gates were locked, roads were blocked, and businesses around places like Yosemite and Grand Canyon lost millions in tourism. Fast forward to 2018 and 2019, under the Trump administration, parks stayed open without staff. What happened? Overflowing toilets at Joshua Tree, illegal off-road driving destroying the sensitive desert ecosystems, vandalism, graffiti, and even historic Joshua trees cut down because there weren't enough rangers to stop it. So this raises the big question. Is it better to close the parks entirely or leave them open with little to no oversight? Right now, it's a patchwork system. Popular high-fee parks like Yellowstone and Grand Canyon may limp along for a while using that fee revenue, but smaller sites already shuttering. For example, San Antonio Mission's National Historical Park, a World Heritage Site in Texas, has closed. And it's not just about bathrooms or visitor centers. Without staff, there's no one to run educational programs, protect artifacts, or monitor endangered species. Imagine a national park without rangers. It doesn't feel like the same experience. Former superintendent of National Park Service are already speaking out. They argue that leaving parks open during shutdowns is a mistake. Why? Because it creates long-term damage. Once a historical site is vandalized or an ecosystem is tampered, you can't just flip the funding switch and repair it overnight. Critics say the administration is trying to avoid the bad optics of locked gates, but in the process, it risks something worse: long-term harm to the very places these parks are meant to protect. Then there's the human side. Gateway communities around national parks rely on visitors for survival: restaurants, hotels, outfitters, guides. In 2019, businesses lost millions when shutdown chaos kept people away. This time, the hope is that keeping parks technically open will keep the economic lifeline flowing. But if visitors arrive and find no rangers, no programs, dirty restrooms, or worse, unsafe conditions, how long will they stay? So where do you land on this? Should the park stay open, even with limited staff, because access to public lands is a right? Or should they close to prevent damage, even if it means hurting local economies and disappointing visitors? It's a tough call. Personally, I think it's reckless to open the gates without people who keep these places safe and protected. Because once you lose history, once you lose fragile landscapes, you can't get them back. America's national parks are supposed to be treasures for everyone, for generations to come. But during a shutdown, they become pawns in a political game. We've seen this movie before, and unless Congress and the administration find real solutions, the people and the parks will both lose. What do you think? Should parks stay open during the shutdowns, or should they close completely until funding returns? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. And if you want to stay updated on public land news and the future of America's parks, hit subscribe. I'm Patrick, and this is Lovely Adventures. See you next time.